Of course not. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
It's very true. Okay, so I just got some codex and experience from that. I apologize to you all, dear viewers, for not fully understanding how progressing the story works with these characters. I feel like for a lot of them that have been talking with the same dialogue options, all I got to do is go through the existing dialogue options first. My bad. This game was made in an era where that was a normal thing. I should have taken that into account. But I expect games to do things a little bit differently now. Like, if I chose not to exhaust those dialogue options, there should be new progressed ones later on. I was expecting that to happen. Me not continuing that specific line of questioning in the early game about C-Sec and his father and stuff like that should have been an option, should have been taken into account as we moved forward and changed the relationship. I know that's a lot to ask for. It's a lot of work when it comes to game development, but you got to remember, these are like multi-million, sometimes billion-dollar games. Especially something like Mass Effect that has gone down in history as one of the legendary staples, one of the cornerstones of modern gaming, right? Storytelling and stuff like that specifically. Yeah, I expected a lot more than was actually available here, so I feel like I've fallen behind on a lot of these storylines. But maybe we can shore that up. Maybe they account for that too, and you can still go through this kind of stuff late.
Commander, good to see you.
Yeah, next time we talk to him, he'll probably have something. I genuinely don't care about Rex's story. He bores me. So that one I'm not sorry about at all. I'm sure it's something super interesting and the story gets really deep, and I would love it because it's Mass Effect and the writing in this game is absolutely immaculate. So I'm sure I'm missing out on something great there. Trust me, I understand. But this dude just bores me, so I'm just not going to do it. You got to remember, I'm the same guy that watched the first 1 or 2 episodes of One Punch Man and said, this is boring, and I left. I'm the same guy that watched like an episode and a half of Game of Thrones and said, this is too much work to watch, and then just put it down forever. Never cared about that shit. I'm the same guy that watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of Breaking Bad and said, that's not for me, and then I set that down forever. I'm not the kind of guy. It takes a lot to impress me with a story, and Rex ain't it. Maybe that changes in Mass Effect 2. We'll see. And yes, that does mean I am intending to go through Mass Effect 2. My PC, I want to make sure it can handle that first. So, Patreon, donations, etc., help me out. Whatever. Ashley.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
This is the romance thing that she's cut off.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't...
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
It's always good to hear from you, Ash. It's always good to hear from you. I'll worry about equipment and stuff later. All right, Tali. Mr. Adams?
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
It feels like we're getting near the end, doesn't it, Shepard? With Saren, I mean.
It's very subtle, huh?
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
You'll find the conduit before he does. I know you will. You have to. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
Ah.
We couldn't have done this without you, Telly.
You've been good to me. A lot of people treat Quarians like second-class citizens. They just want us to go back to our fleet and disappear. But you've treated me just like everyone else on your crew. Like an equal. That means a lot, and it says something about you. Whatever happens, I just want to say thank you for that.
I'm going to miss you when you go back to your own people, Tally.
That won't happen for a while yet. I'll be right here anytime you need me.
I should go.
See you later.
All right, so the game is giving me lots of clues that we are kind of close to the end. And I guess I do have multiple 2 to 3 hour recordings. I got 10 of those. So I guess we actually are approaching the end. Considering I didn't do a lot of the side quest stuff, this seems about right. Now, I want to make one thing clear with you, dear viewers. I did just apologize for not fully understanding how to progress the storyline with characters like Garrus, and going through all their dialogue options, etc., etc. I did apologize for that, but I want you to know I have no regrets. It's still part of my story through this game. This happens to be how I went through it, how I got through it as Commander Shepard, you know? So I have no regrets for that kind of thing, just so you know. I'm not feeling bad about that. In fact, I'm quite pleased that my story is unique in that regard, or at least I hope it is. I feel it's unique in that regard. Because ultimately, that's what I want out of games like this. I don't want to play the same thing everyone else did. I don't ever seek to 100% a game or do something most efficiently or do the thing that's most expected. I just play organically. Feels good, man. Okay, so we still haven't contacted the council, right? Let's F5 this. Let's see what's up.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his Geth.
I knew they'd come around. Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, sir.
I knew they'd come around. After 5 billion times telling them to come around, I knew they'd finally do it. I knew it. I knew they would. Actually, I was losing hope.
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
It took a lot.
The ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems. We are trying to go to Ilos.
How many ships are you sending to attack Ilos?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
But there are so many loose ends.
Sovereign's the real threat.
Sovereign.
Saren's just a servant of the Reapers.
Only you have seen the Reapers, and then only in visions. We won't invade the Terminus systems because of a dream.
You guys are still holding on to this shit?
Secrecy isn't his greatest weapon. The conduit is.
Saren is a master manipulator. The conduit is just a distraction from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
I can understand where your priorities lie. God damn it. Well, the whole theme here has been, Shepard, we can't really do this for ourselves. That's why you're a Spectre, so go get him. So you know what? Fuck it.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermile. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
I feel like as soon as I hand full, real control of this situation, which I have had, not you, but if I hand control of this situation over to you, I feel like we're fucked.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
You haven't seen what I've seen.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
Don't you pull this on me.
Bastard, you're selling us out.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Oh my god. You are not gonna let me cross the finish line with this?
Nobody stabs me in the back, Udina. Nobody.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
I don't like this. Tali, how do we get the Normandy systems running?
Commander. Shepard, I cannot believe they did this to you. I am so sorry.
Udina couldn't wait to stab me in the back.
It's not right. You did everything they asked and more. Nobody else could have done what you did.
Agreed.
The Council owes you everything. Everything. Instead, they strip you of your command and ground the Normandy.
We gotta get the Normandy back up and running. I would be talking to Tali right now.
I don't care if they ground me, but they refuse to go after Saren. If they don't stop him from finding the conduit, we're all dead.
Perhaps we could appeal and get them to reverse their decision.
There is no use for that.
I pushed them as hard as I could. They wouldn't budge.
So you're going to walk away? You will just give up and doom the entire galaxy to extinction?
You are reading me way wrong.
We lost the battle, not the war. I'll figure something out.
I believe in you, Shepard. I am with you every step of the way.
Good, because I'm going to need you. If you get what I mean.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
Are you spying on us, Joker?
No, sir. Just knew you were on the ship and figured I'd pass the message on. The captain said to meet him at Flux, that club down in the wards.
You should probably go meet with him.
Anderson knows... Anderson knows that Udina's a piece of crap. Anderson has always been willing to... Wait, Anderson was also in line to be a Spectre, wasn't he? He was. Anderson was in line to be a Spectre, and I believe he said Saren was the one that got in the way and stopped that. Anderson, like me and like Garrus, who was also tapped to be a Spectre, not really tapped, but flagged as a candidate to be a Spectre. All of us Spectres who can see the bigger picture, that's one of the big things that is required of a Spectre, by the way. All of us Spectres and potential Spectres that can see the bigger picture know that Udina, first of all, there's something not right about that. Udina, it feels like this might have been a betrayal, but I'm not gonna jump on all that, but whatever. Udina is wrong either way, whether he's betraying us intentionally, mind controlled by Saren, I don't know, or if he's got some other reason for doing this, he's in the wrong. He might actually fully believe that now that Saren's secrecy is gone, he's got no more power. He might genuinely believe that we have already won and is doing the political thing right now. That's also entirely possible, but he's wrong. Anderson knows it, so he's going to meet me secretly at Flux. Who are we going down there with? It's going to be... I could always just bring the favorites, but I do rely on Ashley's take to balance me out. She was also with me and Anderson when I became a Spectre. We're going to bring these two. I feel like they're the most relevant. But I'm a little worried that we will get into combat, and I'm going to want Liara's crowd control abilities. Okay. Don't take me straight to Flux, please.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Sorry, Commander. The Normandy's locked down. Ambassador Udina gave the order.
Yeah, I know. Quick save. Pretty decent spot to do that, I feel. There would be nothing up there. I don't care about the keepers.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni.
The news.
ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Oh God. I'm kind of sorry that we led to that. I'm glad we saved lives, but ExoGeni is now more powerful to do whatever they want. Gaining public confidence when they really shouldn't, as indicated by their stocks increasing. Okay. Requisitions office is a pretty good idea. Let's see, this takes me up to the Presidium. We gotta go to Flux, but let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs first. Have a look around. We haven't been here
ExoGeni Corp
in a
recently
while.
released an official statement regarding their missing survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster. According to the statement, the remains of the survey team were discovered not far from their abandoned research camp. There were no survivors. It is believed the researchers were the victims of a random attack by raiders or mercenaries. Names will be released after next of kin are notified.
They're talking about that asteroid, I think, or something else that we didn't get to. Journal, assignments. While on Pharos, you found the personal log of an ExoGeni employee. The doctor's notes seem to express some concern about the samples they provided to a group you referred to only as Cerberus. Okay, cool. You found a confidential transmission while on Pharos. It's unclear exactly what's going on, but it appears ExoGeni sent some kind of sample to research facility on... investigate shipments. There's nobody out that way that would warrant such a demand for supplies. The logs for the freighter on Pharos showed large deliveries being made to a system in the Voyager cluster. The strange thing is there's nothing out there that would warrant such a demand for supplies. Go to the Amazon system. We can investigate those shipments, but I don't really need the money. It would just be to extend the playthrough at this point, and I'm not really interested in that. I want to progress the main story. All that side quest stuff, get that out of the way. We've never been to the Consort's chambers, and I don't really feel a draw to go there, so we can miss out on that for funsies. Where's that exclamation point? There's one. I think this is it, right? The Prophet. Yeah, there we go. So that is the destination. Now I think I have the charm / intimidate I need to take care of this. I don't know why this is important to me. It's not really. It's just one thing that has kind of just stuck with me that I want to take care of since like the start. Got to get that stupid Hanar off the Presidium because he's out here. Now look, I'm a Catholic. I don't have anything against religion, but this dude's not allowed to preach up here. It's just against the rules, dude.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
You're breaking the law, dude.
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble. This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
But you're causing trouble.
I don't care about your intent. You're making all Hanar look like troublemaking zealots. This one does not wish to prejudice the listeners against the Hanar.
Then you should buy the permit. If you're within the bounds of the law, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But you are breaking the law, and that's making everybody who follows your religion look like a complete tool. So buy the permit, do things the right way if you want to spread your message the right way.
If you want people's respect, you have to follow the rules. Buy the permit and stay out of here. This one will obey. It does not wish to prejudice other species against the Hanar. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Well, just buy the permit.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Somebody needed to set that thing straight, and it obviously wasn't going to be you.
You have already demonstrated your ability. I acknowledge it, and I will learn from your example. Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
He handled me very well. I kind of came off as a jerk there. I was like, dude, fucking you couldn't do your fucking job, so I had to do it for you. He's like, look, dude, man, I understand what you just did. You don't got to snap at me about that. Here's your reward. I'm going to learn from this experience. Don't worry about that. And then he went off and did the mature thing. That officer, I bailed him out because he's a good guy. Like, and he just proved it right there. Turians are full of integrity, dude. And we fucking got Liara over here, like, horny as hell. They gave her so many horny animations. The way she rubs her own body up and her neck and stuff like that. Watch, let's just give her a second. Fucking touch yourself! Oh wait, yeah. When I pull out my weapon, it kind of does alert them to do that too, doesn't it? Well trained. Okay. So now we have to get to the Citadel Tower. Not the Citadel Tower. We got to go to Flux. That's all I'm really concerned about. So we'll head to the wards. Quick save. In fact, down to the wards, to Flux. That's one of them. Off we go. Oh yeah, I forgot how cool this place sounds. Is that Din Korlak? Oh, the Solarian just got punked! Okay. Were you just bounced?
Yeah, what is it?
Why were you tossed out of there?
Dorian didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
I know Dorian. If he says you're cheating, you're cheating.
I was just tipping the scales in my favor. Only as an experiment.
It still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
So you're recording your wins?
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
That, my friend, is called counting cards. Let me get my coffee. How come every time I step onto the Citadel, I have to take care of all this petty crime shit? All right. Yeah, no, you're counting cards.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others.
Ah.
I just need a few more wins recorded.
I think I'll take my chances the old-fashioned way.
Suit yourself. Well, I have some calculations to do. Goodbye. Change your mind? You gonna help me record those wins?
I think I'll take my chances.
Suit yourself.
I feel like we should report this.
If you feel lucky, we should visit the casino over in Flux.
Yeah. Very true neutral of you there, Garrus. Thanks.
Everyone here seems so busy, so rushed. I wonder if they are happy.
Whoa, that's so fucking deep.
Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
What are you going on about?
It's Commander, actually. What do you want?
Of course, right to business. That's why humanity has the best damn fleet in the galaxy. My name is Elias Keeler. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big session coming up with the Solarians. You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
Come on.
Don't try to sell me on this. Just tell me what you want.
I need you to buy a mental stimulant for me. It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from the medbay.
Keeler, you've got a problem. You need to get treatment.
It might look that way from the outside, but this is just a one-time slip-up. All the top negotiators are on stimulants close to the legal limit. It's the way the game is played.
Why is this deal so important?
The Solarians want to set up long-term trade agreements. There are billions of credits at stake. If I don't get the drug, my assistant will take over and mess up the whole deal. It would be a disaster.
Why don't you try doing things the right way and see how that turns out? It sounds like they're just as interested in this deal as you are.
You should put some trust in your assistant. Didn't you train him?
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. He wants to show them we're reasonable. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. See, I forget my assistant.
I think you just want this drug.
What is this stimulant exactly?
Oh, I don't know the medical terms, but it increases mental capacity, short-term recall, that sort of thing. It helps me stay focused, and it keeps me sharp. Nothing gets by me when I'm on it.
Side effects?
If you know the monthly limits, why did you go over them?
The negotiations were supposed to be last week, but the Solarians stalled it, probably deliberately. If I don't get the stimulant, I'll be a wreck. My assistant will take over, and that would be a disaster.
No. No, I understand why you think this is such a big deal. This whole negotiation is your world. You say this is like a big step for humanity, and you're the one that can take that step, but only if you have this drug. The drug that you've gone over the monthly limit for. I suggest you delay the negotiations. Like I said, it seems like they're just as interested in this as you are, until you can get more of the legal limit of your drug. I'm fine if it's legal, and I'm not fine going over that limit. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with your assistant anyway?
Is your assistant incompetent or just inexperienced?
Worse, he's an alien sympathizer. My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. He wants to show them we're reasonable. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. Yeah, forget my assistant.
Listen, man, I'm already showing the other alien races who's in charge here. They're already respecting of humanity. You can feel it all over the Citadel. They hated us. They thought we were basically nothing. We're the newbies to this whole alliance. But yet, we've skyrocketed through the political ladders. We jumped up on the rungs here. We've got our fleet with some of the most advanced ships, Normandy being one of them. That's super respectable. Moving through the ranks in the Alliance, super respectable. First human Spectre, basically in no time flat since we joined the Alliance. Just boom, as soon as we got here, boom, human Spectre. That's super respectable. I think they're already starting to respect us. And I think that your assistant, the quote, alien sympathizer, which is something that you need to get out of your head, I think your assistant might not have the wrong idea. There are multiple different strategies to take, and if this, quote, alien sympathizer of yours wants to, quote, bend over backwards for this negotiation to show that that we're reasonable people, if he wants to do that for this big deal as a means of setting up good faith for future negotiations, you see, your assistant's approach isn't necessarily bad. We might come out the underdogs in this negotiation if it left to your assistant, but that could help us in future negotiations. Not everything is black and white. Not everything is a 0 or a 1, dude. I think it's fine.
Getting you your drug fix isn't high on my list of priorities, Keeler.
What century are you living in? Do you think those Solarians hesitate before amping themselves up? If you won't help me keep humanity strong, I'll find somebody else who will.
Yeah, throw your little drug addict fit. I don't care. I like your assistant better. Interesting, but have I not brought you here yet, Liara? Wait, she's interested in him? Oh, I was just gonna use this to see what's what, but I didn't mean to pull the gun like in a threatening manner. She's like looking right at him, being like, interesting. She's into it. Excuse me. Have you forgotten what we were just doing on the ship? Come along now. Ex-Shepherd will remember this, Liara.
It's not what I heard.
And what did you hear exactly?
More rumors about strange metal creatures with real AI.
Yes, but there's more.
Yeah, there always is.
I heard they had some connection with a rogue Spectre.
Not this.
Why is that so hard to believe?
Whatever you say. Just don't expect us to believe it too.
How many conversations have you had with friends and family around a table like this? Although it's these days you probably wouldn't have a real conversation around a real table, knowing most of the internet these days and the way things are in society. You probably had a conversation like this in a Discord channel with your friends. But how many conversations have you had like that where you're talking about real world events going on? Look how far back they are, first of all. They're only just now starting to talk about the Rogue Spectre and the AI machines with real AI. They're only just now starting to talk about Saren and the Geth and everything that's been happening since the start of all this. It's all been happening for us in real time, but the news and the rumors and the misinformations and the truths are only now getting out to the public, and everybody is forming their own opinion on it. Everybody's got their own view of what's happening. They've encapsulated it in their own frame, and they have an idea of what's going on, so they start talking about it like this. Some believe it, some don't. Some think it's a waste of time to talk about it. Some think that there's something to it, but they know that they don't have the full picture. How many conversations have you had like that about stuff like this, right? That's one of those conversations, and we get to be on the other side of that in this game this time. That's pretty cool. What the fuck do you think you are doing with your hair?
Hey, good to see another human in here.
Yeah, you're right. With a good hairdo. You should fucking learn some shit. Anyway, what was fascinating about this, Liara?
Why is the music in these places always so loud? It almost seems as if the people here want an excuse not to talk to each other.
God, you see, this is why I love you. You see, this is it right here. You think exactly like I do about clubs. Stuff like this, for real, I generally can't handle it. I'm not gonna lie, if I came across Flux for real in the real world, sure, I'd go outside, I'd probably down 2 king-size joints in one frickin' go, get my weed fix going, come in here, and then enjoy the lights and the women. Yeah, I would definitely do that for Flux, because look at this place. This place is fucking awesome. Yeah, I would do that here. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of opportunity. But real-world clubs today, like for real, actual clubs, they are the most obnoxious, the most annoying thing on this fucking planet. I used to go to those. Not really a lot either, because I didn't like them. But when you're in your 20s, and I'm 41 now at the time of this recording, but when you're in your 20s, you're going out, you're going to bars, clubs, pubs, pool halls, billiards halls. Apparently there's a difference. I don't know, maybe not. Some people will tell you there is. Some people will tell you there isn't. And I'm not even sure about that. Go to all kinds of different places. I played high stakes poker in garages. I played it in clubs. I played it in offices after hours. I was out and about. It was all money, poker, girls, and partying and alcohol for me in my 20s. My 20s were really freaking cool, right? But you get tired of it eventually. Anyway, one of those things was clubs. One of those things I learned in my 20s. Places like this suck. Liara is 100% right. The music is so obsessively, incessantly loud that you can't have a conversation with anybody. My first time or my second time, one of the early times I was out at a club, I remember I was trying to have a conversation with my friends, and you just can't do that in clubs these days. The music is way too loud, and I have really good hearing. Thankfully, I'm blessed with really good hearing. My ears are super sensitive in a really beneficial way. It doesn't hold me back at all. In fact, it provides me a number of advantages in life. I've been able to hear things through doors and conversations. My hearing has been a big strength of mine. You walk in a place like this that's that loud, it's going to fuck with somebody like me. I can't stand places like this, and they're usually swelteringly hot because the air conditioning can't keep up with that many people jumping around, sweating, everybody's drunk, everybody's horny. It's like the whole situation, the whole air, like the air is thick because it's warm and it's humid because there's so many bodies in there, so many people talking, all that moisture on their breath getting into the air conditioning can't hold on to it, and you got one DJ up there thinking like this is the coolest thing on the planet. Let's go, let's all party, just pressing these buttons, making noise, and it's all just fucking noise. And you got all those fucking idiots in the club, all these fucking morons. Now this is not at all what a club is like. A club would have this mostly everywhere, at least the clubs that I was in. That makes things hot, and you don't want to get out on that dance floor. I've done it before. There's nothing fun about being out on a dance floor like this, as loud, as oppressive. You're bumping into people. You can't really dance because there's too much stuff going around. There's no real art involved. It's all just about bumping your bodies up against other people, which, you know, when you're horny and young, that's kind of the thing you're out there for, right? I get that. Believe me, I understand. There's just so many better ways to go about it, ways that don't assault your hearing, ways that don't make you extremely uncomfortable on like a climate level in the room, ways that don't involve you getting a fucking headache, a dehydration headache because you keep buying drinks, and a headache from the sound, and a headache from the sweltering conditions. There's so many different and better ways to enjoy your time out than going to a club. Wow. Whew, I feel like I really needed to let that out. Flux seems all right, but even now, as I'm sitting here talking about this, remembering what clubbing is like, and I'm hearing this music, being in Flux, I've already pushed past my limit. I don't want to be in this room anymore, and this is a game. Like, let's fucking go. Oh wait, did I do anything with your sister? I think I forgot about you.
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work. Thanks for getting her out of Cora's den.
Well, you know, fine, yeah.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seems real happy to have her back.
I sense that you are less than pleased with her return.
I'm glad she's out of the den. I'd just forgotten what it was like to have her around. I haven't had a decent tip since she got back.
Ha! Well, you know, you get what you ask paid for. Good. I was looking for you.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
The Normandy's been grounded.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
Can you help me with that?
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the Ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
The true hero of this story from the start, I think.
I won't forget this, Captain. I promise.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
You're risking a lot.
There's got to be a better way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He will not just stand by while you use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
The Ambassador will not forgive this, Captain. You will be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the Ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
Well, you were going to be a Spectre. You have what it takes to break into his office. I think if you break into his office and he's there, you kill one person. I think he might have to. I think he might have to kill Udina. But if you get caught at Citadel Control, you'll have to kill a lot of people, and I think you could do it. This will be treason either way. I think you have less of a chance at Citadel Control. I think you have a better chance here. And I think you're going to be charged with treason either way, and you might have to kill some of our own people, but hopefully just one. And hopefully he's not there. This way leads to the ideal. And like I said, that's how I like to do things. Aim for the ideal and adapt when inevitably the plan goes wrong. I think this is the best way for it, because this is not the ideal. Getting caught in Citadel Control means you don't get your, you may kill some of our people, harm some of our people, you yourself may get hurt and get nothing accomplished, but this leads to the ideal.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the Ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. The Ambassador has made this personal. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
I still have some things to take care of.
Come see me when you're ready to do this. I'll be right here waiting for you.
I need time to think. I've been recording for 2 hours. I could go longer. I have a desire to go longer, but I think it's best that I don't. Save my recording for later. Like I said, it had been a week and a half since I have no idea how many episodes ago it was that I did that edit, but yeah, I think stopping now is fine.
How could anyone live here? There are just so many people.
Anything you want, you can find for sale in the wards, legal or otherwise.
Do I want to take care of any of these before I quit? Or before I beat the game? I'll have to look at these off camera. Yeah, now's a good time to bring this to a close.